So Steven Soderbergh's film Side Effects comes out this weekend. It's a really smart, really clever, taut, old-fashioned thriller. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the new movie from the people that made Horrible Bosses, which is called Identity Thief. It stars Jason Bateman, Melissa McCarthy, who I just found out weirdly by reading her wiki bio is Jenny McCarthy's cousin, which I didn't know before. But anyway, as the trailer makes explicitly clear in its beat-by-beat explanation of what the film's about, she is an identity thief who steals the identity of Sandy Bigelow Patterson, who's played by Jason Bateman, and then for some reason in the film is just as dumb as you could possibly imagine that it doesn't explain in the trailer. He's responsible for going to get her in Florida and bring her back to Denver so that he can restore her life. And it's a film that deeply, desperately wants to be an updated version of the film that came out in 1988, which is the template for this film, the perfect template, Midnight Run. It's supposed to be funny, it's supposed to have action elements, but it fundamentally doesn't really work, partly because the central setup doesn't really work. It doesn't make any sense that this guy would get sent by the police to go bring somebody back. And because it's got such a fundamental nonsensical thing in the middle of it, but then tries to play everything else semi-realistically, at least in the fact that it's a character-based comedy rather than an utter farce, the whole thing just rings kind of false and hollow. It never quite works because the characters would never be in this situation together. Jason Bateman's really good at getting cast as likable everyman, but he's not likable in this. Melissa McCarthy, on the other hand, is very funny, but the central duo just can't quite hold the film together. So what should you watch instead? I watched the film I already mentioned previously. I think I've already recommended it in the Watch This Instead series, but I don't care. I'm going to break my own rules. Identity Thief so desperately wants to be an updated version of Midnight Run. It's just watch Midnight Run instead. It's a far, far better movie. Or watch Side Effects instead.